Hello and welcome to GreenHerb-Gaming, where I share my passion of video games with the whole wide world. I'm back with another live stream. This time I am live streaming Mortal Kombat 11. I'll be playing Kombat League. So sit back, relax, and more importantly, enjoy the live stream, or Shao Kahn will destroy you with his Warhammer. So I'm a little bit more awake in this live stream compared to my previous live stream. Just gonna get my live chat on my phone.
Conquer. Fight local. Turn online.
I wonder how many days are left in the Kombat League.
Ranked set. Kombat League. Ranked set.
It has been 3 days, 3 hours since your last Kombat League set. You are now eligible for Combat Point DK. What? Ed Boon. I see what you're trying to do here. Ed Boon was talking recently about... What did he call them again? Like games like Fortnite that have you coming back for more, like with daily challenges and weekly challenges and things that get you back into the game all the time. That's what he's trying to do here. He's basically trying to say that if I don't play Mortal Kombat 11, then my points will be reduced or some shit like that. Well, it's looking good over here. Season challenges, 10 out of 10, connect 10 fatal blows, 25 out of 25, connect 25 uppercuts, 4 out of 10, complete 10 ranked daily challenges. So I don't know what they are. 15 out of 15, complete 15 Kombat League sets, and I have to spill, what is that? Is that 100,000? Not 10,000. I'm blind. 10,000 points of blood. Getting there. Complete all seasonal challenges. Right. Let's see if I can reach champion in this live stream.
Kombat League. Ranked set.
So it goes without saying that I'll be choosing Shao Kahn as my fighter.
Nightwolf, Shao Kahn. Lost Hive of the Kaitin.
So Ed Boon and the NetherRealm Studio development team have done a fantastic job evolving the Mortal Kombat series. And one of those evolutions is what I spoke about earlier, of how they want you to play this game every single day. Like games like Fortnite, kind of like always online type games that keep coming back for daily challenges.
Round 1, fight.
I don't know if this game has weekly challenges, I doubt it. But even with the Kombat League, like if you don't play the Kombat League for up to 3 days, your points will be reduced. It's pretty crazy.
Round 2, fight.
I love using that enhanced move.
Finish him. Nightwolf wins.
Strange looking Nightwolf costume. Hello to my viewer who has just joined the live stream. You're very welcome back to my second live stream of today. Great to have you. But you enjoy my live stream of Mortal Kombat 11 playing some Kombat League.
Round 2, fight.
This guy is good. Oh, no, that was close.
Finish him.
Finish? I didn't even. Okay. Didn't know that I actually won 2 rounds. Oh yeah, fun fact for anybody who is a fan of Mortal Kombat and is aware that there's going to be a Mortal Kombat reboot movie releasing next January. And also if you're a fan of Shao Kahn like myself, and if you're a wrestling fan, so I'm going to get to the point now in just a second. Long story short, Nathan Jones is more than likely going to be playing Shao Kahn in the Mortal Kombat movie. The rebooted Mortal Kombat movie.
Hello.
Hello, Chad Middleton. Welcome back to my second live stream of the day. It is great to have you. And hello to my second viewer who has just joined the live stream.
You can get Scarlet Original skin on the store.
Can I? On the store? A store can feck off. So hello to my 3 viewers watching the live stream. It is great to have you all. You're so welcome. Hope that you're having a nice day. and hope that you enjoy the live stream. This opponent is really, really tough like that. Damn it. Shit.
The in-game store with the cursicles.
Oh, okay. Sorry, no, just a bit distracted. I got him. In-game store with the time crystals. I actually have a lot of those time crystals actually. I'm not a fan of what did you say it was again?
Round
Scarlet.
2, fight.
Not really a Scarlet fan, no, to be honest, much more.
Limited time.
Limited time. Might as well get it if it's limited.
Earth realm will prevail.
Final round of the final set.
Final round. Fight.
Did you fight Terminator?
Not yet, Chad, not yet. Oh, yep. Okay. Here's one. That was a really
Nightwolf wins.
good fight. Clearly he was the better fighter. Next opponent.
Online.
Make the next MK game with Scorpion and Sub-Zero only. That's all these players play.
That'd be interesting.
Scorpion. Shao Kahn. Lost Hive of the Kaitin.
You're right, Chad. I'm not a Scorpion player.
Round 1. Fight.
I'm actually blocking here, like seriously. I'm not saying it, I'm literally blocking.
Round 2. Fight. Final round. Fight! Finish him!
That's some fatality.
Fatality. Scorpion wins. Round one. Fight! Round two, fight!
Yeah. Nice.
The studio that made the Sonic redesign got shut down.
Yeah, actually, you heard that right, yeah. That's actually disappointing, really, no, yeah.
Fatality. Scorpion wins.
Next opponent, please.
Online. Kombat League. Ranked set.
I started to play Resident Evil 1 Remake again, Chad. And I've gotten further into it. I've gotten further into it in a very long time. Pretty much heading to the end of the game now. My final mansion key, the helmet key, have the battery that I need to get to the freaking thing, like the elevator that will bring me to the Yoki-Bob, the underground, like lab, basically. Yeah. I did it
That's
through.
Great.
Yeah, man, to hype myself up for Resident Evil 3 remake, of course. And I was watching a YouTuber, and I really liked what he had to say. what he actually observed. Well, I kind of observed it too. But there's a scene in the trailer where Jill is actually looking into the mirror, and she sees herself like as a zombie, and she's saying, "Are we dreaming?" And then he went on. This guy went on to talk about there's these graphic novel type Resident Evil things, and they go way into depth with like Jill Valentine and her story more than the game does. But there's a part in it where it's the part where she gets infected, and Carlos is looking for the vaccine. She kind of starts to hallucinate. She sees them. She actually goes back to the mansion. So I'm thinking like the developers could have, can go more in depth with that. And the game is in because that's
over 700 games on sale on the UK shop, including The Witcher 3.
Including The Witcher 3. Oh my. Well,
Online.
still ain't getting it.
Ranked set.
But yeah, I actually would like to see if the kind of like fleshed out not Jill's character, but if they kind of fleshed out like what the YouTuber was saying
Emoji happy tears.
not forgetting The Witcher 3. What this YouTuber was finding out is like Jill went through a lot, basically, like in that mansion. It's easy for us gamers to kind of overlook it, because we're just playing a video game and they're just characters. But everything that she's been through, like in the mansion, is obviously going to have an effect on her, like psychologically. As long as she doesn't end up like something out of a Metroid Other M, where Samus just keeps talking about how she feels, and even like the modern Tomb Raider games as well, like Lara Croft is kind of talking about everything she went through. But
yeah, they should have added stuff from the manhwa.
That's it. I couldn't
like
think of it.
Nemesis fighting Willem Burke.
You've probably seen the same YouTuber that I was watching, more than likely. It's more than likely I'm talking about the same YouTuber. I can't think of his name. But yeah, the manhwa, or whatever the hell it's pronounced. They go way more in depth. But I just think that it would be a nice kind of thing if they added in the whole kind of idea of like Jill Valentine is like almost like mentally broken, that kind of way. It would be interesting. Not completely mentally broken, obviously, like, but you don't just see your colleagues and friends get eating in front of you, narrowly fucking escape being crushed in a room, and narrowly escaping being fucking eating yourself, and coming to the realization that your boss, the commander,
the guy hiding in the truck got eaten by his wife and daughter he left for dead.
Jesus Christ, that's kind of, that's karma right there.
Scorpion?
Oh yeah, that came out of Scorpion. Yeah, Scorpion, I knew that's the guy I'm talking about then. The second you said Manuel, it just came to my head. I knew that was the same YouTube that you were talking about, yeah. But yeah, like, I mean, obviously, like, Jill is not just gonna walk, is not just gonna go into Raccoon City and say, oh well, I'm perfectly fine, because it's different for Leon in Resident Evil 2, because he's experiencing it for the first time. And so is Claire. So I think they should give us, I think Capcom should give us a different type of experience, character-wise, personality-wise, psychologically-wise, compared to Resident Evil 2. What's he doing?
The manhwa stories are great.
I must try to get them actually, to be honest.
Final round. Fight.
Final round. Shit.
Finish him.
Worthless and weak.
Do you know what I was thinking? I was lying in bed last night after playing some Resident Evil 1, like the remake.
Fatality.
And you know what I was thinking?
Khan wins.
I remember that obviously there's a Resident Evil reboot announced. There's apparently meant to be 5 or 6 in the reboot series, right? Also there's a Netflix series starting up soon as well. Do you know what I want to see? I want to see let me say this, like there's so much backstory to the Resident Evil games, the series. For me, it's not about just copying and pasting a script from the, from the first 3 Resident Evil games. Oh, just put all the stars in the mansion and have them escape the mansion like in the games. No, because that happened, and I've seen that, and many other hardcore Resident Evil fans have also seen that. Quite simply, I can care less about newcomers to the series. I don't care about that. I don't want somebody just to copy and paste the script of the original game. What I want to see is backstory. I want to see unanswered questions. I want to see things fleshed out that we haven't had an opportunity to see before. And one of the things that really came to my mind is what happened in the mansion as the accident was taking place. Imagine you're an Umbrella worker, scientist, a cleaner, God,
You
there's something.
want to see Fred the umbrella worker.
I do, yeah. I do. But seriously, what I want to see is I want to see the moments
Round 2.
of, not the moments, but they just literally, the moment the accident happened in the mansion lab. All the workers basically just desperately trying to survive, desperately trying to, and bear in mind it was a lockdown. Nobody could leave the mansion for security reasons. Nobody could leave. If you attempted to leave, you were shot. Security would shoot you on sight for leaving, because the Umbrella Corporation couldn't risk that confidential information, leaking, as well as the actual virus itself leaking, for that matter. But yeah, you can imagine your workmates, your friends, being infected, and it just would make for a very interesting movie, or even a Netflix series. Just look how close this is. But that's what I like to see. Also, to add to what I was saying about that story, the mythology of Mortal Kombat is I got him. Is the foundation of the Umbrella Corporation, why it was set up. Just seeing all that happen, seeing Oswald Lee Spencer and his friends James Marcus and Edward Ashton.
Punk Origins.
A Hunk origin story. But the whole thing would be like an origin type thing. Just seeing it all happen, seeing the Umbrella Corporation being funded, seeing the Mansion Lab. That would be basically the Netflix. If I had control over the Netflix series, that's what I would do. I'd basically have every season would be an origin season. So the first season could be the Foundation or the Umbrella Corporation. You've seen all that happening, you've seen why it's happening. And by the end of it, basically...
Wesker family.
Wesker family? I presumably meant Wesker. So you're seeing all that happening.
Wesker.
I know that. And then the second season could be the actual accident at the lab. And I don't know, you could go all the way up to I don't know, maybe the foundation of the BSSA, of how Umbrella's biological weapons got into the hands of terrorists, and how the world changed as a result of that. Just little ideas, but also there's another origin story that kind of, I suppose, ties into the foundation of the Umbrella Corporation, when Oswald E. Spencer decided to build a mansion on the outskirts of the city to, hide, disguise and cloak the illegal experimentation that was taking place in the mansion. There's a guy called George Trevor. He was the architect who designed the mansion. Well, Oswald E. Spencer and the Umbrella Corporation weren't taking any chances. In fact, they planned his death from the very beginning. He was the only person, as well as Spencer, the only person to know all the secrets of the mansion, what was going on in there. I mean, for God's sake, he designed the entire mansion, so that's including the lab and everything. So he wasn't, Spencer wasn't going to take any chances, so he had him killed. But the way he had him killed was just insane, because he invited his whole family over and everything, and they used his daughter as a test subject for Nemesis. She would eventually become kind of what she became basically led to Nemesis. So there's so much backstory there, yeah. I mean, you can imagine what George Trevor went through in that mansion. He was trapped in the mansion. His family were held hostage. So that could be, in a way, that could be kind of the second series, basically. Because the first series could start, series season, could start this guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, be interesting. How I won that, I have no idea.
Final round. Fight.
I'm distracted by my own ideas. Yeah, the first season, Foundation of the Umbrella Corporation. Second season, the mansion is built, and in there, and everything that they have to put up with.
Have you finished Alien Isolation?
Oh god, no, I'm far from finished that. I'll go back and play it actually. Oh god, I hate that move so much.
Aaron Black wins.
Oh god, I get tired. I said at the end of the gameplay segment. For the remainder of the stream, maybe 10-15 minutes or so, I want to go into depth of my idea actually for a Resident Evil Netflix series. I think I actually did this before. If I did, my apologies. But I think it's slightly different actually. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. So basically, according to the video games, the reason why Oswald E. Spencer founded the Umbrella Corporation was because he didn't want to face his morality. He was very sick, man. He was dying basically. He was coming to terms with his own mortality. And Oswald E. Spencer was such a self-centered, arrogant individual that he literally just did not want to face his mortality. So he was like, you know what? No, I'm going to live forever. So obviously I take it he was a doctor, like a scientist, so that would have to be fleshed out too in the Netflix series. He's obviously a very kind of intelligent, forward thinking doctor or scientist or professor or something like that. So he, along with Oswald E. Spencer and Edward Ashford found this plant. It was nicknamed the Stairway to Heaven or the Stairway to the Sun, something like that anyway. And it basically had DNA. There was something in this plant that could, there was a virus in this plant that could mutate DNA, basically. So he kind of like used this as a basically as a stepping stone, basically, to try to like cure his like the fact that he was aging, the fact that he was getting old. He wanted to change his DNA, basically. That virus, that flower plant, would lead to the progenitor virus. So they were able to extract the progenitor virus from the plant. That progenitor virus would eventually become the T virus, which was basically the foundation of the Umbrella Corporation's research and experimentation of biological weaponry, basically, because the T virus allowed DNA to change and mutate and morph and into biological weapons. But while all this was happening, Oswald Spencer's ambition became really bizarre, became really out there, and it just showcased the kind of personality that Oswald Spencer actually has. He saw himself as a god. He wanted to create a new world of new, like superhumans, a new breed of humanity, as he put it, I think. That's where he started the Wesker Children Program, where he actually organised. This is what the Umbrella Corporation were capable of now, and Oswald E. Spencer. I always remind myself of this whenever I play Resident Evil 7's DLC, Not a Hero, and I'm introduced to this new, rebuilt Umbrella Corporation that are all on about how good they are now. I always remind myself of who exactly the Umbrella Corporation are. Anyway, Oswald E. Spencer. Sorry, split screen is coming to Fortnite. Sorry, I've just seen that there notification. Sorry, where was I? So yeah, Oswald E. Spencer, along with the Umbrella Corporation, ordered the kidnapping of some of the world's most intelligent children, and they were put into the Wesker Children Program. They were actually injected with the progenitor virus, because Oswald E. Spencer wanted very intelligent, superhumans. He didn't just want any superhuman, in his new world. So Albert Wesker was one of them. Alex Wesker was another one, and they became the two surviving members of the Wesker children who were injected with this progenitor virus. I'm going on way too much here, but basically, like, the first series would focus on all of that. Focus on who Oswald E. Spencer is, why he's doing what he's doing, coming together with Edward Ashford, and they would have their own backstory as well. Oswald E. Spencer, Edward Ashford, and Dr. James Marcus as well. I think I forgot to mention his name, Dr. James Marcus. Focus on them setting up the Umbrella Corporation, but they all have their own reasons for why they're setting up the Umbrella Corporation. Because I've played through the entire series, so I know these characters and other history. Basically, the Ashford family they're actually like a royal family. They're like a noble family, a rich and powerful family, right? So they're all about they want to bring, what's the word for it? They want to bring like pride and honour to their family, to the Ashford family. So what Edward Ashford wants to do is basically, he wanted to create Veronica, which was their ancestor, a very wise and intelligent and beautiful woman. So Edward Ashford wanted to use the Umbrella Corporation to somehow like create the next Veronica. James Marcus was fascinated by just viruses in general, just fascinated by like what leeches could do with the T virus, and it was actually Dr. James Marcus that actually more or less created the T virus. And Oswald Spencer obviously has his own kind of he has his own goal of becoming a superhuman, or actually becoming a god of a new world where he didn't have to die, basically, because that's how arrogant he is. So that's them. They're all different. They all have their own goals. So like while the Umbrella Corporation is being funded, there's 3 different people with 3 different goals. So I think you could at least have 6 episodes. At least have 6 episodes in that first season, where it focuses on the establishment foundation of the Umbrella Corporation. Second season, then I think like you have the Umbrella Corporation. It's funded. They've built this mansion. They're conducting the research into the T virus, and I think it could kind of go into like the whole George Trevor thing, kind of realizing, what have I just built? You know, what have I just built? You know, what have I just been a part of? And he kind of, you know, becomes a victim to his own creation, basically. I think then there could be a third season that could focus on the accident that occurred in the mansion. That's 3 seasons so far, like, you know what I mean? I think maybe the 4th season then is just straight up like all like when Raccoon City kind of like realised that there's something wrong in their city, that these like zombies are everywhere. You know, there's mysterious kind of like deaths, you know, being reported. And I don't know, and then maybe like the final season in could literally be, as I just said, as ironic enough as the one thing I wouldn't want to see too much, but yeah, stars investigate. Stars go into that mansion and they find out what's happening. But the thing is, you know already what's happening. But it's just
Chris going after Wesker in the Arctic.
It's in the Cove Veronica. Yeah, that would be jumping ahead now a little bit, but that would be that's actually interesting there, actually, because that's another thing you don't see in the game. Yeah, you're right there, Chad, actually. I agree with that, because you don't see it actually happening. Like, there's so much. Actually, you know what I think would be interesting is if they actually didn't have a season where stars go into the mansion and what you see in the game. What I want to see is it skips ahead. It skips ahead to when you see Jill, you see Chris, you see Barry, you see Rebecca, and it's after the mansion. It's after they've investigated. It's after the mansion was exploded. But they now know that the Umbrella Corporation is responsible for this. The public don't know this. They also know that the Umbrella Corporation were infiltrated by, that the Raccoon City Police Department were infiltrated by the Umbrella Corporation. So what you could have there is a situation where you could finally see what happens, like how they do their investigations. That, you know what I mean? They go into the Raccoon City Police Department, tell Chief Iron Bryans nobody is listening to them, nobody is taking them serious. They try to tell the public nobody is taking them serious, telling the mayor nobody is taking them serious, and it could be this kind of thing, like where they all go off to do their own thing. I know that Jill decided to stay behind, but yeah, I think it was like Chris and Barry and all that went off into Europe. So if you saw that kind of happening, yeah, so that's my little idea now, without rambling on too much. But yes, who knows? But okay, I've got a few things to do. Kind of got a busy day. Actually, got a busy 3 days ahead of me, actually. So this is going to be the end of the live stream. So I say thanks to everyone who watched. I really hope that you enjoyed. Appreciate your support as always. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you next time on GreenHerb-Gaming.
Green here.